This is the WWJ-TV newsroom in 1963. Ben Marshall, Britt Temby, Dwayne Riley, Dick Westerkamp, and a young kid who was hired in 1962 named Bob Giles. Giles was the copy boy, a job that had varied responsibilities, and one of them was driving Sonny Elliott in the State Fair Parade up Woodward Avenue.
I didn't know how to drive a stick shift, and Sonny fell off about 14 times all the way up the route.
But there are other more serious memories of those days in the copy room, almost exactly 25 years ago.
I remember standing in the wire room when this particular piece of wire copy came over one November. This, of course, is the wire copy that announced that Kennedy had just been shot in Dallas.
Giles quickly made his way out of the copy room and became a writer, film and tape editor, assignment editor, producer, and executive producer. Immediately after his move to Channel 7, his 11 p.m. news won a Detroit Emmy Award for Best Newscast of 1980. And today, Giles is still at WXYZ-TV, where he continues as the Director of TV News Operations.
Target audience. At 6, that audience changes, so we change our product. A different set and a different team. Rich Fisher co-anchors with Doris Biscoe. Jerry Hodak has weather, and Jay Berry sports. The pace is lively but comfortable, and we concentrate on local stories.
The SEMTA board will meet tomorrow in a special session to consider reprogramming federal dollars to cover people mover cost overruns.
A&R supplies gas to 1.5 million Michigan homes and businesses.
These students and their teacher will be honored for their achievement in a special ceremony in Lansing on April 17th.
Detroiters want more features, so we have them at 6. There's medical matters.
Work has begun on a new vaccine that may prove to be safer, but the experts predict...
Entertainment.
Tonight is Oscar night here on Channel 7 as Hollywood celebrates the best and the brightest of the filmmaking industry.
This week's recipe is a surefire winner, and it comes from...
And Friday Feast.
Great taste.
Popular news personality Jerry Stanicky returned to our air at 6 in a new role. Just Stanicky looks at the positive side of people in Detroit.
Jay Roberts, the captain of the night flight, a delightful man, a gentleman.
And we've added something new at 6, our Money Talk segment. It's business news about Detroit and information that helps viewers get more for their money.
Michigan Consolidated Gas Company has found a way to save itself $42,000 a month.
And our popular multi-part close-up reports cover a wide range of subjects of special interest to viewers.
Fur is a $20 million a year business that's run like a mom-and-pop operation. There are strong indications that if Michigan's fur trade were organized and better managed, it could again be as important as it was when Detroit was founded.
Now you can have surgery and be back home before your dry cleaning is ready. One of the operations that is becoming more and more common is arthroscopy.
Our 6 p.m. action newscast is different. Different from our 5 and different from the competition. The ratings prove that Detroiters prefer that difference.
And we'll see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I hope you can join us.
Make it a pleasant one. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
At 11, Detroiters prefer our action news update as well, sticking with us to keep us #1 despite diminished network lead-ins.
Good evening, everyone. Once again,
the key to success at 11 goes beyond our anchor team of Bonds, Eubanks, Hodak, and Garagiola. It's the update concept at work. Not a rehash of earlier news stories. Viewers get a different perspective on stories they've seen and find out how those stories will affect them personally.
The collapsed roof at the Pontiac Silverdome is meaning collapsed business profits for nearby restaurants and bars that saw a steady flow of diners and drinkers coming to and from the Silverdome events.
Michigan Senator Don Riegel saying tonight the U.S. Pentagon investigation of one of this area's biggest companies is long overdue. The company employs almost 7,000 workers in Detroit, most of them at the Warren Tank Plant. However, no Michigan jobs are expected to be affected because the charges mainly concern the company's submarine operation in Connecticut.
As Channel 7's Dave Gilbert tells us tonight, the city of Pontiac is banking on the game to make it a winner.
Action News 11 p.m. update is the place where viewers see investigative reporter Vince Wade's award-winning Target 7 reports.
Newspaper articles published last year show Patterson took a high profile on the meter tampering case. Even so, he claims he didn't know that Bob Sachs was a prominent target of the investigation.
I'm willing to take a polygraph publicly, and my staff is too. And if we pass that test, will you stand up on the 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock news and say your report was inaccurate, and you apologize to Brooks Patterson, to his family for the embarrassment they have suffered last night in the news, and to the staff, which has had their integrity impugned?
We will dutifully report the results of any such polygraph, and we will stand by the story we aired last night.
At 11, we give viewers a wrap-up of local and national stories, plus fresh stories breaking each night.
Dr. Bartlett, it's late. Thank you so much for being with us. A lot of people talking about this thing.
Action News 11 p.m. update. Still the late news favorite.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow at 5. Dana?
Thank you for joining us. Good night.
A great deal of the American military buildup is happening just across the border with Iraq in Turkey, and Channel 7's Mary Conway is there, the only Detroit TV reporter who is so close to Iraq, so close to what could be the action. Mary is in the air base in Incirlik, Turkey, that's just 200 miles from the Iraqi border. Flyers from Selfridge Air National Guard Base here in the metro area are among those arriving in Turkey, and Mary joins us now live where it is already midnight. Mary, what is the mood there, and good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Guy, as well. It's nice to at least be able to get in contact with you. As you can imagine, it's very, very tense over here. We spent the morning out on the flight line with a number of different pilots, talking to them about, we've been meeting with the 107th Wing, the fighter squadron out of Selfridge, and they are very, very concerned, particularly because they've been speaking with their families back there. They are well aware of how concerned the people are back there, the lack of public support for any possibility of an airstrike, and the tension is very serious here as well in Iraq. In fact, in Turkey, there were some protests today in Istanbul, people in the Turkish area, very, very concerned. They don't want to see any airstrikes launched from here. There has not been any permission given for anything like that. But when we were talking to the pilots today, they said as concerned as they are, they will do whatever they are told to do. Each day, fighter jets fly sorties, patrolling Iraq, then returning here to Turkey. Doug Champagne, out of the 107th Fighter Squadron from Selfridge, led the mission today. A veteran of Desert Storm, Champagne is deeply committed to Northern Watch.
Last time we were removing Saddam from...
This is the North American International Auto Show Charity Preview.
They are dressed up, they are decked out, they are polished, and they are pretty, and the cars aren't so bad either. The crowd is shining here at Cobo along with the cars as Detroit celebrates its most dazzling night. This is the North American International Auto Show 2000 Charity Preview. Good evening, everybody. I'm Guy Gordon.
And I'm Joanne Burton. In addition to our viewers in Metro Detroit, we would also like to welcome those of you watching us all across Michigan and in Ohio and Canada as well.
Together with our team of reporters, we are giving you a front row seat to the biggest party of the year. A record 17,500 people are here tonight, sipping champagne and checking out all the new cars and trucks as well. A lot of trucks.
Hundreds of vehicles here. Just great things to look at. You know, tickets for tonight's event cost $300. Once again this year, though, they sold out in record time.